Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is going to be a general monthly reading for the sign of Cancer in the month of April 2018. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. As you could probably tell, I am new to doing tarot readings on YouTube, so I want to thank you for taking the time to click on the video and hear what I have to say for you in a general tarot reading for the month of April. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to meditate really quickly on your energy. I've already previously meditated before I turn the camera on, but I like to do a little mini refresher before I actually shuffle the cards and deal them out. And then once I have your spread set up, I'm going to read the messages for you. And so give me a minute or two and we'll get started. And Cancer, if you are not into watching your tarot readers shuffle on camera, just feel free to look in the description box below. You'll find a timestamp there that I'll put for when I actually start your reading. And being that I'm new to the channel, or excuse me, new to YouTube, I don't really have much to say here in these intros other than what I already previously said to you. Note about the music in the background. If you hear the opera music, I'm sure you can. That music is there for me to stay sort of in the energy so that I can get your messages. Ooh, okay. So that I can get your messages out. And I'm assuming most people are not fans of opera music. Not to say that I am particularly a fan, but there's something about opera that keeps me focused. Yes. Okay. Flip out there. Oh. And I'm just going to get a final outcome card for you, Cancer, and then I'll be able to get into the reading once I get your outcome card. Okay. And so, bottom of the deck is your overall energy. And then your outcome card goes there. Alright. So let me get this oriented the way I want, situated the way I want, and I'll take a minute and see what pops out at me. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Cancer. From the look of your spread here, you are going through changes. You are getting your ducks in a row. You are getting revitalized or reinvented in some way, or you're coming out of your shell. Ha ha ha, Cancers in the crab shell. You're really developing yourself. There's some development going on here. You have strong major arcana cards here, and you have some strong minor arcana cards here too. So I'm seeing like definitely changes. And where I feel you start off April, or where you're coming into April from, it could be even energy still from the new year, but where I think you're starting is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is at the end of a long road, a long burdensome road, carrying a weight, carrying stress, carrying responsibilities that might be too much for any one person to bear, but the person in the card there, they're doing it. They're putting in all their effort. It's been strenuous, it's been tiresome, it's been really hard fought. And that's coming to an end. Something is ending here and something else is beginning. And this is pretty straightforward. I think the only question here is, what area of your life does this apply to? Because this could be financial, this could be work, this could be home life. It is a general reading, so you kind of have to fit it where it fits. You have to kind of put it where it fits, Let's see, you've got 2 wands, 1 pentacle, and a pentacle and a wands in your overall in your outcome. So, yeah, this could be really about work, finance, your health, your home life. This could be about passion. This could be about, an artistic adventure, an artistic endeavor. This could be maybe with romance, but I'm not really seeing much of a romantic air here for those of you who love a love reading, even though this is a general reading. But anyway, so you're beginning at the Ten of Wands here. That's where you start off. And the interesting thing about the Death card is that it sits on top of the Ten of Wands card, right? And Death card, it's not spooky, even though it's a skeleton in a knight's armor. That can be kind of scary. But the Death card is not always talking about death, mortal death. Most of the time it's not talking about that, especially in a general reading. Can't predict that death will occur to however many people end up watching this video. But the Death card is about transformation, right? It's associated with the card of, it's associated with the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is definitely about transformation. Scorpio is definitely about transformation through like a trial by fire kind of thing, which would definitely come into play with the Ten of Wands underneath it. So whatever you've been carrying with you, whatever burden you've been carrying with you that you're ready to get rid of, you're ready to lay it down, you're ready to offload it, you're ready to get the reward for carrying that burden, it's coming to you. It's coming to you. And not necessarily a reward as in like prizes or money or anything like that. Material things, even though it could be that, since you've got the Nine of Pentacles later in your reading here. But you're ready to be rewarded in the sense of, I think you'll feel a relief. You'll feel accomplished. You'll feel unburdened. You'll feel potentially like, I think the main reward looking here is going to be, there's a new you coming out of this in some form or fashion. There's a new you. Death card, World card, Sun card, with the Two of Wands in between in the top row here. This is all about newness. And death is the catalyst, or not the catalyst, but the means in which you are going to transform. You're going to go through a rebirth here, okay? So the old you, or some old facet of you, is being left behind. You're putting it to bed. You're putting it in the dirt, and you're burying it 6 feet under. And it could be something, like I said, that you've been carrying for a while, for months, maybe years, but, time in tarot is a little finicky. Not finicky, but fluid. And again, especially since we're talking about a general reading here where, who knows how many of you will see this and it will resonate with you. Hopefully it does. But anyway, whatever you've been carrying, and maybe it's been a secret. Maybe it's been with wands, maybe it's been some level of, not unhappiness, but dissatisfaction, disappointment, and maybe you're finally letting that go. So it can be literally something in your physical world, because you've got the pentacles here in your reading as well, or it could be something a little less literal, more emotional, more psychological. And whatever it is, you're about to lay it down come April. You're going to begin the process of letting it go, or having it taken from you, but not in a thieving way. It's if something or someone takes this burden from you, it's a relief. And in that act of letting go, death comes in, and it transforms you. It not allows you to transform. It is your transformation. Death. It's, you might even be doing a straight 180 in some regard in your life. What follows that is you have the Two of Wands on top of the World card, which is great, right? Two of Wands. Underneath it, the World card. Okay? That's great, because after you've gotten into this next phase of your life, this rebirth or this change in your life, you're simultaneously closing one chapter and turning to the next chapter, right? It's not the end of a book, it's the next chapter, because that's what the world is all about. You're ending a certain phase in your life, or a certain story in your life has been told to the fullest, and now you're going to write the next chapter. You're going to explore the next road or the next journey, and you have choice. Two of Wands, you're weighing things up. This guy, he's got the world in his hand, World card below, so total symbolism there, right? He's got the world in his hand. He's overlooking the vista. He's taken in the view, and he's contemplating. So you're planning. You're looking at your options. You're aware of where you've come from, Death and Ten of Wands. And now you're like, okay, what's next? And with the World and the Two of Wands, those are already pretty positive or pretty prosperous cards. What follows those two cards is even more prosperous. So this Ten of Wands by itself can be harsh, can be heavy and depressing or stressful. All the rest of this is not about stress. No stress. You are just about to shine going into April. April, in this reading, April is going to be good for you. And I think it might even just be about a change in attitude, Because the Ten of Wands, this guy, he's carrying the bundle of sticks there, the bundle of wands there. He's got his head down. He doesn't, he's doing hard work, but he's not really able to really appreciate his own hard work, appreciate everything that he's put into it so far. He's just doing it. He's got his head down. He's focused on carrying these wands. Then when you get here, and you get here, and you get here, and you get here, this is all about appreciating the environment around you, or the possibilities around you. That's what this is about, possibilities. Gates are opening, doors are opening, opportunities are coming to you, And that's kind of, especially the opportunities part, that's really anchored down in the world. And then it's coming through, it's manifested through, or is depicted through your Two of Wands energy. The world, like anything, when you turn a chapter, who knows what's next? Have you ever read a book where one chapter is dedicated to one plot line, and then you go to the next chapter and you get a B or a C plot line, or you're introduced to a new main character. I think that's what potentially is going on here because of the transformation of the death, or the transformation signaled by the death card, is your life has been a certain way up until this point. Going into this next chapter, it's going to be sort of rewritten in a way. You can become a new character. You can become a new protagonist. You know, your narration will change. You'll go from first person to third person omniscient. Somebody here was an English major in college. Anyway, you know, I think that's what's going on here in the center, is you're kind of, and you're not overwhelmed about it. Some people would be overwhelmed about it, and none of these cards are giving me any feeling of anxiety, except for maybe the Ten of Wands. But again, that's what you're leaving from. That's like, I kind of just want to like dust this guy off of the board here, because it's sort of, it's not a factor, but it's the springboard into this next part. So once you leave it, it's over. You're not dealing with it anymore. So that's fabulous, because what you're springing off into is the Sun and the Nine of Pentacles. And I mean, this is balling. You're about to be balling in some kind of way. Sun card, positive energy with the Sun card. Like, if you've watched YouTube readings before, if you know a little bit about tarot, this is kind of considered like the yes card, you know? You get the Sun card, and your outcome is going to be positive. And with the Nine of Pentacles underneath it, you're definitely getting the yeses. All right? Nine of Pentacles is about independence and abundance, like independence and abundance, and being able to take care of yourself physically, financially. You've got stability when you have the Nine of Pentacles. You've worked for something, and this is when you're starting to reap what you've sown right here. And it's interesting because she's in a vineyard, right? She's in a vineyard, right? And when you're working with agriculture like that, what are the things that you need? You need good soil, you need water, and you need the sun. To get the harvest that is most profitable or most fruitful for you, you need the sun. And you've got it. You have got it. And again, I wish I could direct this towards a certain area of your life. I'm feeling it's mostly like personal development. Like you're unburdening yourself from something emotional or something to do with your psychological state or how you've been feeling for months. Like maybe you've been in a funk carrying this Ten of Wands. And you're coming out of that, and you're coming out strong. You're coming out, dare I say it, you're coming out fierce. Or you're coming out with a new perspective, a new focus. Because again, you're deciding, you're weighing things up here in the middle with the Two of Wands and the World card. You're trying to plot your next adventure. You're getting yourself ready for your next adventure. And again, I think because of the elements that are here with Wands, 2 Wands cards, and then you've got the Nine of Pentacles in your main, and then Queen of Pentacles as your outcome, it could be this could be dealing with or talking about, again, something artistic, something that you're passionate about. 2 of Wands can also be travel. World card can also be travel. So maybe you've been working hard. Here we go. Finally, got some kind of example that I can maybe give you if it resonates with you. Is maybe you've been working really hard at your job. You know, whatever you're doing. Saving money, working overtime, whatever it is. And, you know, it could also be about physical transformation, because we're talking about death up above there. But I'm getting, potentially that since these 2 cards deal with travel, Maybe you've been working really hard, putting in hours at your job so that you can travel, so that you can take that dream vacation that you've always wanted. And I don't see much in the realm of partnerships here. Like, this is your reading Cancer, but if you want me to tell you what some of the other signs might be here, you've got Wands energy and you've got Pentacles energy. So those are fire signs and earth signs. So your fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Earth signs are going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And specifically with your major arcana cards, you've got the Death card, which is Scorpio, like I mentioned earlier, and you got the Sun card, which is sometimes relative to Leo. It's not exclusively all about Leo, but Leo's ruled by the Sun, so take that as you will. And with the World card, again, that's not really associated with one particular sign. You've got the fixed signs here, so you've got Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Did I say Taurus, Virgo? I think I did. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Oh man. So that's just a general overview of the signs. You know, again, it's a general reading. Don't force it. If you don't know people of those signs, if you're like, oh, I'm only dealing with Geminis. I'm only dealing with Geminis. If because I didn't say Gemini, that doesn't mean this doesn't apply to you and that Gemini that you're thinking of. So don't get too wrapped up in the zodiacs here. The main zodiac that you want to pay attention to is your own, which is Cancer, and this is all about you, right? So again, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're plotting, to go somewhere sunny, to go somewhere where, there's grapes on the vine, and, maybe you're going to do a wine tour of Italy or something like that, I don't think that would be in season right now. I'm not, well-versed on global weather conditions, but I'm pretty sure they're not that close to the equator, so I'm assuming they're in the middle of winter, or, well, they're about to come into spring, since they're, I believe, in the northern hemisphere in Italy. But whatever, so maybe you're going somewhere later well, if this is for April, then maybe it'll be sunny by then. Yeah. Wow. So, that's what I see. I see, you're really coming into your own. You're really transforming yourself. Or because of the work that you've done, it allows you to be transformed. A trial by fire, trial by effort and tenacity and just hard work. And your outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? Queen of Pentacles, court card in the Pentacle suit. So what's she all about? She's about, as you can see in the card, she's about her pentacle, but not in not in a materialistic way. She's kind of pondering or reflecting on her efforts and how she's able to sit in this luscious environment with the grass and the trees and the flowers that she has, and she's admiring what she's built for herself. And at the same time, she's ready to share it with someone, what she's earned. I say she, but it's a general reading. So if you're a male Cancer and you're watching this, just, switch the pronoun, use whatever pronoun you like and apply it to yourself if it resonates. But this queen, she's ready to share. You're getting to, after all this hard work that you started out with, you're getting to a point here where you're deciding your next course, and now you're looking for someone to share that life with. You're going to come into abundance. You're going to come into a better state. You're going to come into better finances, better attitudes, more passion, more fire and drive in your life. You're feeling uplifted, and you're not looking for a partner, but you're wondering who's going to share your riches with you. Queen of Pentacles is not miserly. She's not stingy. She's like, I've got this. Who wants some? I've got plenty of pie. Let me cut you a slice, okay? And That's typical of Cancer. You know, you're very much in the sharing. You very much like to give to others, especially those that you love, right? Especially those that you have that are close to you, that you invite into your little shell and like, come into my shell, there's pie, you know? Like, that's how you are. And I'm not seeing much, again, I'm not seeing much of any other person here. Maybe you're dealing with someone who could be represented by the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe that's another person. Maybe you'll travel, since this is diagonal to the Two of Wands. Maybe you'll travel with someone who's the Nine of Pentacles, who is fabulous, who is independent, and has, you know, their own life on a nice stable surface, and they're all, you know, well-to-do and all that stuff. Maybe you've worked really hard so that you can travel with this person or travel to them. You know, could be that. Could be wherever you've been living, it's been hard. Maybe you've been living alone, or maybe you're living in a place that's a little rough. Okay, maybe you're living in a place that it's not allowing you to grow. You can't progress anymore, so you have to get up and leave it. So you transform yourself and you decide to travel. And when you do travel, you go somewhere that's sunny, maybe. And once you're there, you meet this person, or you're going there to be with this person, to share this pentacle that the Queen has at the ready. The pie made of pentacles. You know, whatever it is. So that's a potential love strain there for you. It's like maybe you've been working your butt off to gain something in this life, to gain something so that you can share it with someone else who's represented by the Nine of Pentacles or the Sun card. Like I said, Leo is sometimes associated with the Sun card, so maybe there's a Leo in your life that's special. Maybe there's, with the Pentacles again, maybe there's an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that's close to your heart. And so your overall energy, Cancer. Oh, okay, all right. We'll talk about that in a second. Your overall energy with this whole reading is the Page of Wands. So what are pages? Pages are the messengers. Sorry, didn't get another look at it. If you've been watching tarot card readings on YouTube, you know this card. You know all these cards. This is a typical Rider-Waite deck. But anyway, pages are messengers. They bring good and bad news. But because of this whole spread, this is good news. So whatever message the page is bringing, again, this is overall energy, is going to be positive for you. You're going to benefit from it. Now, since the page is associated, Page of Wands, what's the association of wands? Again, that's fire. But it's about new endeavors, new projects, creative, or those that might be humanitarian, okay? The Page of Wands to me is always like a get up and go card, you know? Like the other pages, they're get up and go in their own way. But this is get up and go, and like it's just the Page of Wands is the newness. Get up and go towards something completely new. Something that you may have wanted for a long time. Desire. There you go. Desire. Drive. Something that has been in your mind's eye for a long time, but you haven't been able to actually get your hands on in reality. You haven't been able to put all the pieces together. He brings a message that it's coming together. We're closer than we thought. We're closer than we thought to that dream that we had, that vision that we had, that dream I had 2 years ago about traveling to Australia getting up and moving my life to Australia. It's coming true. And, you know, sometimes you go further into the overall energy and it doesn't apply. But this one, I'm like, okay, you've got Two of Cups behind the Page of Wands. So there is a potential here for this to be a love story or a love... a love story or a love romp, maybe. You know, Two of Cups is often described as the soulmate card. In this reading, I'll be very honest with you, I'm not feeling it strongly as soulmate. However you define soulmate, how others may describe soulmate. Because I think a lot of times when people hear soulmate, they just assume, oh yeah, the person I'm going to marry, the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, the person who I'm going to have kids with and all that, you know, that standard dream of human life. And that's not, to me, what a soulmate is. This could be a soulmate card, but when I say it, I'm not saying it as in your future husband or wife, the future parent, co-parent. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm saying it in the way of like a deep connection. You can have a soulmate, and that person can be in your life for 2 years, and then they disappear. They're still your soulmate, but it's not the way that, you know, the Hallmark channel and the Hallmark store and the Hallmark cards want us to think of soulmates, you know? It's not that. It's not that romantic comedy. It's not that Julia Roberts, you know, movie. Or, you know, who's another one who's like huge in romantic comedies? What's her name? What's her name? Kate Hudson. Like someone like Kate Hudson, you know? Matthew McConaughey, like 10 years ago, before the wrinkles in his face got to be too much. He was in a couple of those kind of movies. It's not like that, where you meet the person and that's it. No, when I say soulmate, it could be that. It could be that. I'm not saying that it excludes that. It could be that. But the bottom line or the common denominator in any soulmate relationship, as I've come to understand it, is that they make a profound connection with you. They make a deep connection with you. They teach you something. That's important. They teach you something. Okay? You learn a lesson from them. Good lesson, bad lesson, harsh lesson, easy lesson, whatever. And there's a bond there that even if you meet them and spend many years with them and then they disappear from your life for whatever reason, you'll always remember them. And the memory will always come with some kind of crystal clarity, you know. Even if you ended on bad terms, even if they left a rotten taste in your mouth, whatever it is, you'll still be able to you'll be able to recall things about them with such clarity. That to me is a soulmate, okay? So, this could be all to do with you're moving towards a soulmate. You're moving towards a soulmate relationship. You've put in hard work. Maybe you've been developing yourself spiritually with the Ten of Wands. Wands, again, passion, endeavors, artistic things, but it's also a spiritual card. It's also about sort of what you're driving towards internally. Like cups, even though you don't have any on the board here, cups are about emotions. But I think that wands are about sort of an eternal emotion. Cups are like your earthly emotions. Whereas wands would be like the emotions you carry with yourself throughout your lifetime. You know? And if you subscribe to it, past lifetimes, future lifetimes. Like that's kind of how I view the wands energy. So I think, excuse me, what you could have been doing is you've been developing yourself. You've been working on yourself so that you're getting ready to get closer to someone who's a soulmate. And you're going to come out ready to do it because, again, the Queen of Pentacles is here and she's ready to share her pentacle pie with someone. And the Page of Wands is like, okay, well, let's go we're going to go and we're going to meet this person, or this person's going to bump into us. You know, who knows how it's going to happen. But the Page of Wands is like, yes, we're ready. We've put in this work. We're getting stable. Let's go. So, yeah. You're having, or will have, hopefully for many of you, it won't be all of you, but hopefully for many of you, you're going to have a great April. And I'm able to say that because I'm doing, to start this channel, I'm doing all of the zodiacs in order, and you are number 4 in the zodiac chart, on the zodiac wheel. You're the 4th sign I'm doing, and yours is the first one that is positive, like overwhelmingly positive. Whatever stress and burden that you're going to face, you're coming into April with it, but it's not going to stay, you know. And don't, you know, keep this by calendar days. Like, don't get to the end of April and be like, oh my God, I'm still stressed. Jay was lying to me. That's not how this works. It could transfer over and bleed a little bit into May. You know, like I said earlier, time is kind of fluid when it comes to tarot, especially with your general readings. But in general, whatever you're experiencing or have been experiencing that's been trying and difficult, it's going to pay off. You're going to see the benefits of it. And, you know, lucky you. I'm a little jealous. Haven't done the reading for my own sign yet, but yeah, lucky you. All right, so that was your general reading for April, Cancer. I thank you so much for sticking with me this entire time. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments below if you feel compelled to. And I hope to see you again in May for when I come back with your next general reading. Thanks a lot. Bye.